Today I'll be making double chocolate pear cake, for which I have here 4 medium-sized pear, a teaspoon of powdered sugar and cocoa powder, a teaspoon. This I'll be using in dipping the pears. Here I have a tablespoon of cocoa powder, which I'll be using in the process. I have here half a teaspoon of vanilla essence powder for the cake, and less than half teaspoon of vanilla essence powder I have separated for using while whipping the egg whites. I'm using 3 eggs here, which I have separated. This is the egg white, 3 egg whites and 3 egg yolks. Here I have a tablespoon of, around 2 tablespoons of sugar, which I'll be using during the egg whites process. Around a tablespoon of powdered sugar, which will be used at the end. Here I have baking powder, around 1½ teaspoon, 200 grams of all-purpose flour, half a cup of milk. If the batter is too thick, we'll be using that. Brown sugar powder, which I'll be using around 2 tablespoons for the ganache. Here I have 150 grams of butter, around 150 grams of sugar, and 100 grams of chocolate, that is cooking chocolate. Alright, so let's start the process. Alright, so very first thing, we'll take a bowl and I'm going to add to it our 3 egg yolks. We'll add this. Now I'm going to add to it the sugar. And I'm going to mix this well. Along with this, I'm going to add vanilla essence. Half of this I'm going to add right now. Alright, now I'm going to add to it a little bit of milk. Just mix this whole thing well. Alright, so I've mixed this well. We're going to keep this aside and we're going to start making the ganache. For the ganache, I have already started boiling the water, and we're going to start with the ganache. Alright, so here it is, the double boiler. I'm going to add to it 100 grams of chocolate and butter and the brown sugar. All goes in, and little bit of water. You can also use fresh cream if you like. Milk. Now I'm going to just give it a stir and let this all melt. Alright, you can see it's quite nice melted, just a tiny bit left. We're just going to melt this. Alright, you can see it's nicely done now, so I'm going to turn this off. The double boiler, I'm going to turn this off and let it cool down for some time, and we are going to move to the next procedure. Alright, so now I'm going to just peel these pears. Alright, I'm going to peel them and cut them into nice pieces. Alright, so I have cut them, peeled them and cut them into this much size, you can see. So now what I'm going to do is just keep it aside, take this plate, and here I have a teaspoon of powdered sugar and cocoa powder, which I'm going to mix together. This is the reason we call it a double chocolate pear cake, because I'll be adding some of the cocoa powder in these. I'm going to just dab them with the cocoa powder and powdered sugar. Alright, keep mixing well. This is just to absorb that taste of cocoa powder and sugar in the pears till the time we do the next process and till the time we put it to the baking dish. So it will just absorb that lovely chocolate smell in it. Here it is. We're going to keep this aside and go with the next process. Now it's the time to beat the egg whites. Add the egg whites. Alright, so we have added the egg whites. So we're going to start beating it with on a low speed first. And then slowly I'm going to make it faster. So now I'm going to add to it sugar. At this stage, a little bit of sugar. Now I will be adding vanilla essence. Alright, this is done. I'll just keep this aside. And we are going to take our bowl and I'm going to just mix this well, the egg yolks and sugar. I'm going to add to it cocoa powder and mix this well. Alright, I've added the cocoa powder and I've mixed it well, and along with that I have also started preheating the oven at 180 degrees. Now I'm going to add the ganache which we have made. Alright, now I'm just going to mix this well, the ganache, and I'm going to add to it the baking soda, and along with that the remaining vanilla essence. Alright, so this is mixed well. Now I'm going to add to it the whipped egg whites. Mix this well, very gently. This is mixed well. Now I'm going to add to it the flour in 2 parts. Right, I'm going to just whisk this and we're going to mix this. First, the first part of the flour. Now the first part is mixed well, so I'm going to add to it the second part. Alright, and mix this well too. Now this has been mixed well. I've got 1 tablespoon of milk, so I'm going to add that and just finish up with the batter, and we'll start building up the cake in the baking dish. So now this is done, and here I have the baking dish which I have already greased it with butter and added the parchment paper. Alright, I'm going to add to it the batter a little bit first. Now I'm going to add our pears. It has really soaked that chocolate in it. Just arrange them. Alright, I have added the pear and they are nicely arranged. Now I'm going to add the rest of the batter on it. Alright, so I have added this. Now I'm going to just add to it the rest of the pears. Just sprinkle them anywhere. Now I'm going to pop this into the oven at 180 degrees centigrade for around 40 to 45 minutes. And we're going to check it by pricking up the toothpick or a knife in it. If it comes out clean, then it's done. Alright, so I'll see you after 45 minutes. Alright, here it is. After 45 minutes, it's done. Now we're going to let it cool for some time, and then we're going to sprinkle some powdered sugar on it, and this will be done. I'm going to add the powdered sugar. Alright, that's it then. Thanks for watching. See you next time.